We take you live to Kwazulu-Natal. A protest by the KZN Private Ambulance Association has gained momentum this morning, marching to the head office of the Road Accident Fund, all over unpaid bills. The association says it's owed about 5 million rand since February this year. eNCA reporter Dasen Thathiah is following that story for us, joins us live from Durban, and this is of great concern. Dasen, good afternoon to you. Given that we are, as we've just reported, approaching the festive season, we need work. Or we need people who are in the ambulance and the rescue services to be happy and to be engaged optimally. So what is the current situation then? What have the paramedics been telling you?
Well, you're right. We need them more than ever as we enter the year end, and that's when you find that there are a lot more people on the roads, and that's when these ambulance services, predominantly the private ones, are really busy during that time. And that association that you spoke about represents about 25 of these private services, which you're looking at about 100 ambulances that would effectively, the majority of them, being off the roads. Particularly today, they have said that they will not be attending to any collisions until midnight today. They will then allow the RAF time to deal with this matter, and if it is not resolved, as we edge closer towards the festive season, this could be a situation where they will not pick up any of this kind of work at all, and that is relating to vehicle accidents. But let's just listen in to what Gareth Jameson had to say. I was with him at that protest today.
There is acceptance being made. We do have people on the road as well. However, we will not be actively chasing motor vehicle collisions due to lack of payment. So we're still servicing our clients. We'll never stop. And I need to make that clear, we'll never not give help when help is needed.
For those that may not understand, how does the RAF link with the private ambulance services? What is the connection there and how does it work? How do you receive payment from the fund?
Well, basically, the Road Accident Fund has actually got a mandate to pay for persons involved in collisions, specific persons like passengers, etc. So the private ambulance services rely on payment. We do the service, we treat the injured, we transport them through to hospital. However, we haven't been paid since February or March this year, and it's in excess of about 7 million rand to our members.
Dasen, we can also roll some tape in just a minute on Andile Nduli, who is the Private Ambulance Association chairperson. So what led to the protest? Set that up for us.
Well, this has been a long-standing issue, at least. Prior to the lockdown and prior to the era of COVID, there were issues around payments, but none as significant as this. And now, during this period, these ambulance services say, as you mentioned in your intro, that they're owed about 5 million rand. Some of the members of this association are saying that it could even be higher than that, could even be 7 million if you take into account all of the other service providers as well that may not have necessarily been represented there. They say that they've been engaging with the RAF on this issue, but they have not been able to reach any kind of agreement until now, and that's what's led to this protest. And on the RAF side, it would seem that because during the lockdown, many of their staff were not available to process claims, that could have contributed to the slow pace in which they're getting paid. It's normally meant to happen in about 120 days under normal circumstances, but that certainly has not been the case. I can also tell you, before we get to Mr. Nduli's bite, that the RAF says that it has already started the process of paying out these claims. Even, before this protest actually took place today, they started that process in this week to make sure that these ambulance providers, or rather service providers, get those claims paid out. But let's listen to Mr. Andile Nduli tell us a little bit more about how it got here.
But we are not satisfied with the answers because we have found out that our claim has been there, being stored there without being touched, saying it's a COVID-19 staff was not working, and they only started to work on our claims during when we already approached them, and we told them that we're gonna strike. So today we are striking because this is affecting our small businesses. We are the young businessmen owners. Most of us here, we are the youth. So this is affecting affecting us, it's affecting the employees. We have over 450 employees to 800. So those people we are forced to stop some of our employees to give them short time because we don't have money. We don't have money for petrol. What we are saying, we're saying if Road Accident Fund doesn't have enough money to pay us, why? Because they are still collecting a levy, petrol levy for people every day. So why they haven't paid us?